think we're good. Yep, we're good for now.
Okay, it looks like we have resolved the issue. If able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Pate,
Here.
Councilmember Shavetta,
Here.
Councilmember Kosemeyer,
Here.
Councilmember Hands,
Here.
Councilmember Caldwell,
Here.
Councilmember Leahy,
Here.
Councilmember Ryder,
Here.
Councilmember Silvers,
Here.
Councilmember Yodridge.
Here.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The next item up is public items. Members of the public are encouraged to use this time to make comments about matters that do not appear on the agenda. Comments about items on the regular agenda will be taken up as each item is considered. Please note, individuals making public comments will be limited to 5 minutes. In accordance with governing body rules and procedures, the city reserves the right to refuse public comments, personal, impertinent, or slanderous. We did have a sign-up sheet, but this has no one on it this evening, but that does not preclude you from still coming forward if you would like to say anything to the council. All right, well, I see nobody coming forward at this time, so we'll close out the public portion of that meeting. Consent agenda. All items listed under this heading are considered to be routine by the city council, may be enacted by one motion. These items there will be no separate discussion of these items unless the council members so request, in which case that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Considering we only have one item this evening, does anybody want to talk about that before we call for a motion? Okay, well, I would entertain a motion for that then. Mr. Silvers.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move that the council approve consent agenda item 1.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Ms. Shadridge.
Mr. Mayor, second.
Madam Clerk, we have a motion and a second.
Councilmember Shavetta,
Aye.
Councilmember Kosemeyer,
Aye.
Councilmember Hands,
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell,
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy,
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder,
Aye.
Councilmember Silvers,
Aye.
Councilmember Yodridge.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item up this evening is the mayor's report, and it looks like the first item up is the installation of the new governing body members. And I guess,
Yes,
or
we will have
Clerk will
the
be-
4 council members come down in front. We'll do them first, and then we will swear in the mayor.
okay, 4 council people, you know who you are. Okay, please go down and be reinstalled. Thank you.
Yes, wherever you'd like to stand. I'll have it just in case. Christine, I got yours on this. Okay. Oh. They're signing first. That's okay. Do you want it, they're just gonna listen to me? You wanna read it? Okay, okay. That's all right, you could have signed it after, but that's cool. Yes, but that's okay. You gonna sign yours now too? Do you wanna hold it so you can read it? Okay. You wanna hold it so you can read it? Okay. So we need you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Jacob Leahy,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws
that I will support the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of the state of Kansas
of the state of Kansas
and the laws and ordinances
and the laws and ordinances
of the city of Merriam,
of the city of Merriam,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and to the best of my ability
and to the best of my ability
discharge the duties of council member,
discharge the duties of council member.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And if you haven't signed, I will take your sign.
Let's give them a round of applause. We appreciate you guys signing up and doing this for another 4 years. Thank you.
Okay, Mayor, come on down. You can sign yours afterward. Yes, okay. So, raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Bob Pape,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws
that I will support the Constitution and laws
of the United States of
of
America
the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of the state of
of the
Kansas
state of Kansas
and the laws and
and
ordinances
the laws and ordinances
of the city of Merriam,
of the city of Merriam,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and to the best of my ability
and to the best of my ability
discharge the duties of mayor.
discharge the duties of mayor.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Can we get everybody down there just for one more picture? Mayor, if you could stay down there, if we get the council members, go back down there, and we'll get one picture of all of the newly sworn in elected officials.
You go sign this tape.
I'll do that. That's notarization. Got it.
Okay, well, I always like to talk a little bit about the things that's been occurring over the last couple of weeks about myself or some stuff I've attended and our council members have attended. I attended the Johnson County Kiwanis meeting. Our project is this year's Doll Cradles for the Johnson County Christmas Bureau for the holiday shop. We're also helping ring bells Salvation Army, working on the Christmas Bureau shop. I encourage everyone to volunteer somewhere during this holiday season to make someone else's holiday just a little bit better. When we help others, it helps us. I attended an open house at the Adult Residential Detention Center at Johnson County Industrial Airport. In my capacity as a member of the Johnson County Criminal Advisory Committee, I was informative to see the impact this program is having to reduce recidivism of incarceration. They can house about 120 residents out there. There are no guards or fences around this facility. Failure to comply with the rules out there, though, can result in being sent back to a lockdown facility. I and a council member met with Ms. Gard to develop tonight's agenda. A couple council members attended the Tim Murphy Art Gallery opening. This event depicted local high school artist works. It's amazing how talented these individuals are. I believe there, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Anna, but there were 100 pieces selected out of 450 that were submitted. Okay, please get down there and see them before they come down. It's they did a very good job. I and a number of council members attended the Mayor's Christmas Tree and Community Center Plaza Lighting Ceremony. We were entertained by both the Crestview and the Merriam Park Elementary School choirs. They treated us. They were also treated by a visit from Santa, who rode in on a fire truck. Thank you, Fire Department, and was escorted by the Merriam Police Department. So we thank them as well. Santa visited with kids. Even the Grinch and Mary Lou were there for pictures. Hot chocolate was provided. As always, staff volunteers made this a magical night for our community. Our thanks go out to all who had a hand in making that such a success. I and several council members attended the I-35 Shawnee Mission Parkway Interchange Focus Group meeting. City staff, KDOT, community members, and business representatives were presented the latest information concerning what is referred to as the 2060 plan from our engineering firm. Their proposal of a divergent interchange could cost as much as $38 million in today's dollars. But there are things that can be done in increments that will alleviate traffic in phases. Coordination with KDOT to obtain funding streams will be paramount. They are impressed with everything that we're doing. They were there and on our own and have suggested that the steps we are taking will reduce the amount of time for the project to be completed. May even help move it up on the project schedule, but it will be years before we can get it put on the list and completed. We also looked at concepts for 67th and I-35 interchange as well. And a council member also attended the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw party. So is there anything else I missed? Mr. LaHaye, go ahead.
Saturday morning, Santa came back to have breakfast with a bunch of the children. A couple of council members were there at that event, and Parks Department put on a great event there as well.
Okay, well, thank you for attending that. I'm glad Santa came back for that. Okay, anything else? Okay, nothing else. All right, well, that pretty much concludes my mayor's report. Next item up this evening is council items. Consider approval of a 2026 legislative agenda. Okay, what do we have going forward?
Hello, Council. It's nice to properly meet you. I'm Zachary Markison.
You're doing a great job.
Oh,
Keep it up.
I am the administration intern at the city right now. My current year of employment is going to be from this current May until next May. So I'm here to present the 2026 legislative agenda for all of you.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Seems it's a night of technical issues.
You got a whole year to get this right, so
Yeah,
you're okay.
we really want to get it right, don't worry. So I can say with certainty, the 2026 legislative agenda has minimal changes from the 2025 one. We'll go ahead and move over. We've got a list of the changes right here. So very simple. We changed the sales tax collection item, sales tax collection on automobiles to sales tax collection and county apportionment. Just a small change due to some discussions at the state level and county level about a sales tax apportionment equation. We added a sentence to the tax policy section to express increased support for incentive districts such as STAR districts and STAR bonds. We moved the local control of right-of-way higher on the list of priorities. We moved the energy efficiency policy item lower on the list of priorities, and then we changed the statewide expansion of Medicaid section to a protection of Medicaid services and moved that lower on the list of priorities. That change was to reflect current discussions at the federal level about Medicaid services. And then finally, we removed the budget submission process section as that was no longer relevant. The changes for this were incorporated with feedback from Little Government Relations and Mallory Lutz, as well as feedback from the department heads. Otherwise, this current version of the document that you guys see has been run through all the department heads, Chris and Caitlin, and they have all approved. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Parkinson?
Somebody better ask him some questions.
I don't want to
It's
put
my
him on
first
the
time.
spot.
Don't let him go.
Don't let him
Ask,
slide.
ask some questions.
You've done a fine job, Zach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank
I
you. Okay.
I believe
Oh,
we
wait,
also-
we do have one. Stand by. Go ahead.
You know, I'm competitive. I like a challenge. So why did we remove the budget submission process section?
So that section was included due to a couple of issues that we had in 2024 with submission of our property tax mill levy, and we don't perceive having those issues again, so we've removed that.
Do we think they actually listened and corrected the process or the form?
That one, I don't know. I would have to get back to you on that.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, that's
And
good.
I believe we do also have a legislative update from Mallory Lutz as well.
Okay. Well, please come forward. Give your name and address for the record.
Right. Mallory Lutz from Topeka, and thank you. I can't believe it's been over a year, I think, since I have been here, so. To say I'm looking forward to session is maybe a bit of an overstatement, but I am certainly looking forward to working with all of you again. I speak for Stuart as well when I say that we have enjoyed working with you all for some time, and it is certainly a privilege to represent you and several of your neighboring cities at the State House. So 2026 legislative session begins here in just about a month on January 12th. And we are in the second year of a biennium, which means that everything that was alive last year continues to be alive for 2026. And so we can't ignore anything that we think even has been put to bed. It is always possible that things will come back. And I'll have a few examples of those later in my presentation. It's going to be a very, very quick session, much like it was last year. You might have noticed that things moved about 3 to 4 weeks really faster than usual, particularly those of you who may follow the budget for any matter of reasons. The legislature really pushed the budget through very quickly, primarily because they were kind of the ones in the driver's seat last year as opposed to the governor. So historically in Kansas, it's usually the governor gets to kind of set the budget, and 2025 was the first year where the legislature really took over that process and did things on their own timeline. And so much like last year, earlier veto session than usual, and the legislature went home earlier than usual. I think that may, if physically possible, they will make it even faster in 2026 because, as we all know, it is an election year. And so we've got all 125 House members running for office, as well as, of course, a very interesting governor's race shaping up. So we can talk more about that as that gets closer, so I won't spend much time on that tonight. But I will go to the next slide here. A couple of general issues, and then we can talk a little bit more about specific local government issues. But might have also been reading about the redistricting efforts last month in November. The legislature ultimately was unsuccessful at calling a special session to address mid-decade redistricting. And so I suspect that will be probably one of the number one issues to take place when they return to the State House in January. I'm sure somebody will ask, so I'll just say, I would assume that the Senate probably will pretty easily pass some type of map, and uncertain what things will look like in the House. I think that they will probably have the necessary 63 votes to pass something, but as of right now, not sure if they have a veto-proof majority. So that issue could again, be very interesting. So 2025, slim budget, and 2026 will also be pretty slim budget as well. Leadership has made no secret that they intend to probably cut at least $200 million more from the budget. And so folks that are seeking enhancements will have a pretty difficult job, much like they did in 2025. Again, property tax relief is going to be a priority for leadership. Not sure if we will see any meaningful reform. You know, they made a big deal of that last year, and I think we ended up with the elimination of the state 1.5 mills. So I don't know what the average relief on somebody's property tax statement is, but I think not very much. So I know that there are several proposals still sitting out there regarding in both constitutional amendment form and statutory changes about the valuations of residential property being determined based on the lesser of the fair market value or the average fair market value of the residential portion. And then there is another proposal floating out there about eliminating current sales tax exemptions and using that money for property tax relief. I'm not sure how far that proposal will get, but I know that there will be a conversation about it. I will kind of pivot to specific local government issues. Would just note, you know, usually in an election year, we tend to see the legislature shy away from some of the more really controversial issues. That's not always the case, but I do think that hopefully in 2026, we can steer clear of some of the really controversial health and education issues. On a kind of a side note, you may know that our current school finance formula expires June of 2027. So I don't suspect that the 2026 legislature is really going to get in the weeds on the potentials for changes to our current school finance formula. I think that next summer and certainly the 2027 legislature, that will be the big issue in 2027. And wouldn't be surprised if we have a special session for that. So local government issues in particular, so of course property tax relief, I mentioned those various constitutional amendments that are floating around that have had quite a bit of difficulty getting passed in the last few years, just some tension between the House and Senate on what they believe is the best form of relief for folks. The other one sitting out there, I think I neglected to mention that. Well, I did mention that. Sorry, the six-year average, which is the valuations of based on the lesser of the fair market value, or the average fair market value of the residential portion. Probably of particular interest, though, is an issue that bubbled up during the interim special tax committee, and that is of the countywide sales tax apportionment formula. That's why we called that out in the platform. This was an issue, I believe, brought up by Sedgwick County in the last year or two. And during the interim committee, legislative research put together some different kind of tweaks to the formula, if you will. And so these would change the current population and mill levy formula to population and assessed valuation. So they ran some different models on that, and really quite a bit of variance among cities across the state. And in Johnson County, a lot of cities would be pretty negatively impacted by the current formulas that they ran. So if anything, this was eye-opening for that interim committee to not do anything rash, and to pump the brakes a little bit and reopen this discussion during session. So, and I know that this is definitely on the county's radar as well. So got lots of people looking out for this issue, and certainly it is top of mind for us. A couple of other things we suspect are coming back, we know are coming back. The home-based business bill, House Bill 2343, this is probably familiar. It's, I think, been on an issue for the last 2-3 years. We testified in opposition last year. This would create the No Impact Home-Based Business Fairness Act, supporting the development and growth of such businesses by limiting the regulatory power of municipalities. We heard in a commerce interim that there is supposedly a compromise in the works between the proponents of the bill, and the league is in discussion with them. So I have not been privy to those discussions, but we will keep you in the loop on that. And then in the last couple weeks, there's been a telecom interim, and one topic that came up. It was not the focus of the meeting by any means, but one issue that came up was the forced relocation costs of infrastructure on the part of internet service providers, video service providers. This was actually an issue last session. Senate Bill 57. There was a hearing in March on this bill. Cities came out in staunch opposition to this bill. KDOT was also opposed. Essentially, again, it would require municipalities to reimburse the operator of communications or video service facilities for the cost to modify or relocate such facilities on certain road and highway projects. So that will be coming back for sure. And then some conversations also during that Commerce Committee, interim Commerce Committee this session about some housing issues. I think particularly we are expecting some healthy debate probably on ADUs in particular, and as well as we gear up for World Cup, I think folks are interested in some creative solutions for certainly all of the tourists we're expecting, and possibly short-term rentals and making some exceptions for those sorts of things. So with that, I would be happy to answer any questions. There's a lot to cover in just a few minutes, so.
I was just a little curious about the housing and like the form-based codes and the local zoning discussions, if you could talk a little bit more about those.
Yes, I will. And I put this PowerPoint together, I think, before Thanksgiving. And in retrospect, I probably would have worded things a little bit different. I know anytime you put zoning on a public document, that gets your hackles up. So, and rightfully so. I hope that putting this on there didn't. In no way am I necessarily expecting that we're going to have any big battles over zoning. I'm hoping that is not the case. And as usual, you know, in these interim committees, you've got folks, particularly from out of state, coming in large interest groups and those sorts of things that would like to make it more difficult for local governments to have regulations at the local level in the interest of development. And so form-based codes, that was a proposal that was simply discussed during this interim meeting is something that the legislature will look into. You know, I'm sure there will be a bill introduced that is model legislation from other states that probably seeks to, in that instance in particular on form-based codes, I think there are folks interested in kind of getting away from the current use-based and using some of the more form-based codes. So just an example more than anything. But
Any other questions, Ms. Lutz? Okay.
all right.
Thank you for
Thank you.
coming this evening and bringing us up to speed.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you. Okay.
Do we need a motion to
Yes.
approve?
Yes. Yeah, we're ready to go with that. All right, I would entertain a motion for this one.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead.
I move that the council approve the 2026 legislative agenda as written.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second? Go ahead, Ms. Yondridge.
Mr. Mary, second.
Madam Clerk, we have a motion, a second.
Councilmember Shavetta.
Aye.
Councilmember Kosemeyer.
Aye.
Councilmember Hands.
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy.
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder.
Aye.
Councilmember Silvers.
Aye.
Councilmember Yodrich.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Well, I guess that takes us down to staff informational items. We have there we go, we got Ms. Gard coming up to talk about single hauler updates.
Good evening, everyone. I believe the last report I gave you was that we gave the HOAs till the end of the year to either opt in or opt out of the single hauler service that will begin on November 1st of next year. I'm happy to report that all 4 have decided to opt in, so we will have one unified hauler across all of the residential properties. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Ms. Gard? Oh, go ahead, Mr. Silvers.
As at one point we discussed this a little bit, that when these HOAs come on board, that it would lower the costs for all residents in Merriam. Do we have a basic number for what that cost might be now?
I do, just not in front of me right this second, but I can certainly get you that information.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other questions for Ms. Gard? Okay, thank you for the update. Okay, looks like next item up is a December CIP update. Director Kupke's coming to the podium.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The December CIP update is in your packet. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. I did want to highlight the 49th Street project. They paved before Thanksgiving, and their paver broke down, so they didn't quite finish some of the intersections. So they're going to be out there tomorrow because it's going to be a warm day tomorrow, relatively speaking. They're also working on sidewalk. They have to complete the north side and the south side from Knox all the way to Antioch. So they're working on that this week, and then they have a couple driveways left. So I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions, Director Kupke?
I do have a
Go
couple.
ahead, Ms. Hans, go ahead.
Yeah. So, reading in one place that the 75th Street Bridge is not going to be totally shut down like we thought. There was some, it wasn't in yours. I read it elsewhere that said that there would still be access to I-35 off of it, and it was eastbound that was going to be closed. And from the shock on your face, perhaps that was wrong.
So what I think that they're talking about is that the BNSF bridge is going to be closed down. So if you're coming from the east of the interchange, you can still get on the ramps, but you can't go through. You know, you can't go through eastbound across the bridge. Does that make sense?
Just review that and let's be really clear, because we've been telling people that everything is closed.
So where did you read this?
I'm going to have to backtrack. I've been on a few travels, so.
Okay, I think that's what they're talking about, that some movements on the I-35 bridge will be open, but since the railroad bridge is closed, you can't go all the way through, and if you're going from Shawnee west or eastbound, you can't get there either.
Perhaps it's just too soon to even know. Okay. And then the other thing is the West Milburn area. You call it the Quail Creek neighborhood. So that the work has started, and I'm really curious about if you know anything about the communication that the water department has had with people. I haven't received any calls.
They sent out communications, at least that's what they told me, and then they also have next door that they will give updates on. I haven't received any complaints either, but Water One's out there on 69th.
I did receive one complaint from a resident who said, I can't get anywhere. So definitely things were closed off for her
So
to
there-
get through the neighborhood.
Okay, so I went through there last week, and
Went
Water One's
today.
working on 69th, and there was a lot of equipment on the side of the road. So I've asked if we can kind of limit that, at least in the evening, and get some of that off the road, because you can get through there, but maybe it's hard, with equipment
Right.
on one side of the road.
Right. And I went this afternoon and I was able to go where I needed to go, so. Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thanks.
Any other questions, Director Gumke? Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I will say, tell all your crew that thank you for the snow removal, and I got only one complaint, so, and it was not really probably, it did seem like it was a complaint, so.
Yeah, and
they
I'm
did a
looking
good
into
job.
that one.
Thank you. Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, well, gosh, we're moving right along here. Informational items, obviously, we had the Park and Rec Advisory Board minutes. We're in there. Do we have any questions for Director Slocum? No, we're good on that? Okay. Thanks for coming, though. One of these days, we're going to call on you, but okay. All right. And I understand, do you have any staff items for I assume we got an executive session, but do you want to cover anything from a staff perspective, Mr.
Just
Engel?
wanted to echo Mayor's comments and thank Park and Rec and the volunteers for Friday night's event. Also, please take a plant at the end of the evening. We will not be able to keep all of them alive over the next 6 weeks, so please make sure you take one before you leave. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay. Any questions, Mr. Engel? Okay, I see none. All right. And it's my understanding we do have an executive session this evening, and I would entertain a motion for that, Ms. Haynes.
Yes, I will make that motion. I move that the governing body recess into executive session for preliminary discussion related to property acquisition pursuant to KSA 7543-19B6, which allows the governing body to hold an executive session for preliminary discussion of property acquisition. Present will be the governing body, city attorney, city administrator, assistant city administrator, and community development director. And I've been told that we're going to need about 45 minutes, and I think we need an additional 5 minutes for travel time. So I think that makes it about 8:25, 8:30.
call it
Let's make
8:30.
it 8:30.
Okay, so we have a motion. Do I have a second? Go ahead, Ms. Chandra.
Mr. Mary, second.
Madam Clerk, we have a motion, a second.
Councilmember Kozmeyer.
Aye.
Councilmember Hands.
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy.
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder.
Aye.
Councilmember Silvers.
Aye.
Councilmember Yodrich.
Aye.
Councilmember Shavetta.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
And we will be in the room in the back, I assume, sir? Okay, okay, back there. For those in the audience, we won't be back till 8:30. You're welcome to stay, or if you'd like to leave, that's okay too. Thank you.
3 minutes. Yep.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's 29.
Ryan's going to tell us when.
We'll reconvene the meeting, and I understand that we'd like to make a motion to extend it.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I move that the governing body recess into executive session for preliminary discussion related to acquisition of property pursuant to KSA 754319B6, which allows the governing body to hold an executive session for preliminary discussion for property acquisition. Present will be the governing body, city attorney, city administrator, assistant city administrator, and community development director, and we will reconvene at 9 o'clock.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Ms. Shiders.
Mr. Mayor, second.
Yeah, Madam Clerk, we have a motion second.
Councilmember Shavetta. Councilmember Kuzmeyer.
Aye.
Councilmember Hands.
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy.
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder. Councilmember Silvers. Councilmember Yodrich.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.